Did you know that every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke? After the age of 60, that risk goes up. But here's the crucial thing. It's not inevitable. As a doctor, I've seen far too many lives turned upside down by a stroke, often caused by everyday habits that seemed completely harmless at the time. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain on 7 key habits you need to change right now to protect your brain and drastically reduce your risk. Ignoring them can have devastating consequences, but taking action today can be truly life-saving. Let's start with habit number 1, ignoring high blood pressure. High blood pressure is the single biggest risk factor for stroke. Period. Imagine your arteries are like flexible pipes carrying life-giving blood to your brain. High blood pressure is like a fire hose constantly blasting water through those pipes at extreme force. Over time, that relentless pressure damages and weakens your arteries. They can get clogged up, leading to an ischemic stroke where blood flow is cut off. Or, even worse, they can burst, causing a hemorrhagic stroke, which is bleeding inside the brain. The scariest part? So many seniors in the US are walking around with dangerously high blood pressure and have no idea. Or they know, but they aren't managing it properly. This isn't a small problem. It's a ticking time bomb. So, what's your defense? It's actually much simpler than you might think. Don't guess. Get it checked. You have to know your numbers. You can monitor your blood pressure easily at home with a reliable monitor, at most pharmacies, or, most importantly, during your regular doctor's visits. If your numbers are high, don't panic. Work with your doctor to create a management plan. This one step alone can slash your stroke risk. Next up, habit number 2, smoking or being around secondhand smoke. Let's be blunt, smoking is like injecting poison directly into your bloodstream. It hits your stroke risk with a triple whammy. First, the chemicals in cigarettes make your blood thicker and stickier, making it way more likely to form dangerous clots. A clot can travel right up to your brain and block an artery, causing a stroke. Second, smoking damages the delicate inner lining of your arteries, leading to something called atherosclerosis. That's a buildup of fatty plaque that narrows your arteries. Think of those pipes again, but now they're getting clogged from the inside out. This restricts blood flow and can trigger even more clots. Third, smoking raises your blood pressure, which we already know is a major stroke villain. And please don't think secondhand smoke is any safer. When you inhale it, you're breathing in the exact same toxic chemicals. For seniors, whose bodies might already be more vulnerable, this damage adds up even faster. But here's the amazing news. Your body starts to heal almost the moment you quit. Quitting smoking is the single most powerful lifestyle change you can make for your brain health and your longevity. I know it's tough, especially if you've smoked for years, but you are not alone. There are incredible resources in the US to help you. Websites like Smoke-Free.gov or the CDC's Quit line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW offer free support, counseling, and guidance. Talk to your doctor. They can be a huge help.
Even if you've tried to quit before, try again. Quitting now will significantly, and I mean significantly, reduce your risk of a stroke. Okay, habit number 3, eating too many processed foods. What you put on your plate directly affects your arteries and your heart, which are intimately connected to your brain health. A diet full of processed foods, we're talking packaged snacks, sugary sodas, deli meats, and frozen dinners, is often a triple threat. They're usually loaded with sodium, which, as we know, drives up blood pressure.
They're also packed with unhealthy saturated and trans fats, which contribute to high cholesterol. This bad cholesterol leads to that plaque buildup, atherosclerosis, that narrows the arteries to your brain. And third, these foods are typically stripped of the essential nutrients and fiber that protect your heart and brain. Sadly, the standard American diet can be a direct highway to increased stroke risk, especially as we age and our metabolism slows. But the power to change this is right there in your kitchen. Make an effort to cut down on processed foods and focus on whole, real foods. Fill your grocery cart with colorful fruits and vegetables, lean proteins like fish and chicken, and fiber-rich whole grains. Become a label detective. You'd be shocked to see how much sodium, saturated fat, and trans fat is hiding in everyday foods. Diets like the DASH diet or the Mediterranean diet aren't just fads. U.S. health organizations strongly recommend them because they're proven to lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol, and protect your heart and brain. Even small, consistent changes can make a massive difference. Let's move on to habit number 4. Sitting too much. Our bodies are designed to move. When we sit for long stretches, a few negative things happen. It directly contributes to weight gain and obesity, which are major risk factors for stroke. It can worsen your blood pressure and cholesterol levels, and importantly, a lack of movement can impair your circulation and increase the risk of blood clots, especially in the legs. If a piece of that clot breaks off and travels to the brain, it can cause a stroke. Plus, a sedentary lifestyle is linked to a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, another huge stroke risk factor we'll cover in a moment. For seniors, staying active to maintain muscle and good circulation is absolutely vital for your health and independence. The solution is simple. Get moving. You don't need to run a marathon. The goal is at least 150 minutes of moderate activity each week. That's just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. It could be a brisk walk around the block, swimming, cycling, or even just dancing in your living room. If you sit for long periods, make a rule to get up and move for a few minutes every single hour. Gentle stretching, gardening, or walking around the house all count. Find something you enjoy. That's the key to sticking with it. Every step you take is a step away from stroke. Habit number 5 is a big one. Ignoring symptoms of atrial fibrillation, or AFib. AFib is an irregular, often rapid heartbeat that causes poor blood flow. When your heart doesn't beat efficiently, blood can pool in its upper chambers and form clots. If one of those clots breaks free, it can travel straight to your brain, get stuck, and cause a major stroke. In fact, AFib is responsible for about 1 in 7 strokes in the US. The risk of AFib increases with age, making seniors especially vulnerable. What makes it so tricky is that some people feel very obvious symptoms, while others have none at all. It can be silent, just like high blood pressure. So, you need to be aware of the symptoms: a fluttering or racing heartbeat, unexplained tiredness, dizziness, shortness of breath, or chest pain. If you experience these, see your doctor right away. But since it can be silent, regular checkups are essential, especially as you get older. Your doctor can easily check for it. If you are diagnosed with AFib, don't despair. Your doctor can prescribe medications, often blood thinners, that can dramatically reduce your stroke risk. Habit number 6, poorly managed diabetes. Diabetes, especially type 2, means your body has trouble using insulin, leading to high levels of sugar in your blood. Over time, this excess sugar acts like sandpaper, damaging blood vessels all over your body, including the ones in your brain. This damage makes them more prone to hardening, narrowing, and forming clots. People with diabetes are also much more likely to have other stroke risks, like high blood pressure and high cholesterol. Having diabetes can double or even triple your risk of a stroke. And the longer you have it, especially if it's not well controlled, the higher that risk climbs. If you have diabetes, managing it well is one of the most important things you can do. This means checking your blood sugar regularly, taking your medication exactly as prescribed, and adopting a diabetes-friendly diet. And as we've discussed, staying physically active is a powerful tool to help your body use insulin more effectively. And finally, we arrive at habit number 7. Skipping regular health screenings and doctor visits. Think about everything we've talked about: high blood pressure, AFib, high cholesterol, diabetes. So many of these are silent in their early stages. They often cause no symptoms until serious damage has already been done, or worse, until a disaster like a stroke happens. If you're not seeing your doctor for regular checkups, you're essentially flying blind. You're missing the golden opportunity to catch these risk factors early, when they're easiest to manage. Delaying appointments means potential problems can grow undetected, putting you at much higher risk. It's like ignoring the check engine light in your car until you break down on the highway. Don't wait for a problem to show up before you see your doctor. Proactive care is powerful medicine. Annual checkups, even when you feel perfectly fine, are a cornerstone of stroke prevention, especially after age 60. Think of them as essential maintenance for your body and brain, an investment in your long-term health and independence. Thank you so much for watching. Taking control of these 7 habits can truly change your future. In our next video, we'll talk about the early warning signs of a stroke that everyone needs to know. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.